So this is my neighbor's car, and he's been involved from day one. When I was working at the store, he would have his children come in and ask my name and stuff like that. Um, it was very, it's like, it was very, like when I would go to work, when I would be there, and I don't see them going out there and them going out there anymore. But that's his license plate right there, if you could see it. And he's heavily involved. He lives down the hall from me in my building, 2711. And this is the car of the people who have been heavily involved in this. I just made a video of a guy with the purple shirt, the heavyset shirt. He's friends with these people. These people have been coming into my apartment illegally. The guy who drives this car is like a whiz. He is like a genius with surveillance. And like a month ago, he had his garage door open and he was working on something that I'd never seen before. And I may draw a picture and show you, but it looked very similar to a DEW, a direct energy weapon, but it was very huge. It was very large. And his license plate is LPC 813. Oops. So this guy is working directly with whoever. I believe it's, you know, the illegal harassment, hate crime, discrimination the police have launched against me as they lied to the government about me. So this guy's been involved. Um, and this is another car that parks close to the entrances by the sidewalk. This woman is involved, and her license plate is KZ, as in zebra, H502. My landlord and the people that live here, supposedly the police have had a large hand in this because they organize these things. And again, when I first moved here, I saw very bad activity when I would walk out my door. It was very systematic. It was very organized. When I would go to work, go to the store, when I would leave, come back, and I went to my manager a number of times, Jeremy Barron, and asked what was going on because it was making me feel uncomfortable. And then I called Officer Kostler, and she told me I have a video that I bought from the Norwalk police station. It's a badge video, and I'm going to be talking about that soon. And Officer Kostler, because I asked her, who requested this to be done to me? Why? Who approved it? And I would like all the names of everyone involved because this is violating my rights on very many levels. And she said, Jeremy Barons and my management requested this. That's what she said in the video. And when I purchased the video and Chief Staples approved for me to receive this video, Peggy, the admin at the time, emailed me, and I have all my emails, for me to go pick up the video. The video was like $16.83 or 63 cents, something like that. And when I got the video, the whole video was tampered with. It was covered in graphics. And Kostler, Officer Kostler, what she tells me, my management requested this to be done to me behind my back after I had been asking him and emailing him what's going on to please communicate with me because this needs to be dealt with and this is not okay. He hid this from me. And Officer Kostler said, well, I could have possibly, she alluded something to the effect that I could be possibly thinking about running out on my lease, or I could be involved in drugs. She's alluding that that could pertain to me. So this is why this was happening. Again, but when I got the video, that was edited out, and the entire video was covered with graphics. And when I called Chief Staples to find out why that was, or tried to email him, he refused to talk to me and communicate with me. And some other third party was emailing me back for him at the end. His name was Ken or something. And he tells me, Staples won't talk to me unless the Attorney General is present. Well, we haven't gotten the Attorney General involved yet, but we will soon. So I have my manager. Okay, so then I fast forward, I have an email from management here. And one of them wrote me a letter back saying that they're cooperating with the police. Well, I want to know what's going on. What kind of cooperation? Because they've allowed people to come into my apartment, and the police don't want me to make a police report. They're obstructing justice, obstructing my ability as a victim to follow through on justice. And it's been happening since I moved in September. So you have the police coordinating illegal, false persecution, illegal investigations that are not valid, that are fraudulent. And they've recruited a number of people in the community and in my building, and Jeremy Behrens of Legacy Landing, Heidi Cope of Legacy Landing, and the Norwalk Police Department, the ambulance department, and the fire department have all worked together. And ever since I've been pushing this, and now it's becoming a legal issue, they're trying to spread a rumor that, oh, I'm just not mentally fit. When in fact, I'm very healthy and I take care of my body. I don't smoke. I haven't drank in a couple of months. I refuse to drink in this town. I don't want nothing to do with alcohol. And I eat pretty healthy. So I also took classes on mental illness for one of my RA positions. So I'm very familiar with the onset, the signs of mental illness, whether it's schizophrenia, whether it's dementia, but they want to project this negative narrative on you that is anything but true, to fill their pockets and to carry out on what is actually a hate crime, which is actually discrimination, and which exactly what led Aubrey of Georgia getting shot when he was jogging. His neighbors were gang stalking him, and they were projecting a lot of negativity behind his back on him, projecting criminality on him. So this is illegal, and the police are doing everything they can to put me in a position where I can't communicate with the world. I can't get a job. So I just want to let you know. So the reason I'm bringing this up is there was a cohesive understanding between these people, my manager and the police, that these people took over the jobs that are walking distance to my apartment. And these people have been getting payment. These people have been making money off of taking part in this. Okay. So I know a lot of you have these license plates already, and people are looking into this matter, but my life is in jeopardy. I'm not safe here. And my rights have been completely stripped. So I want to just move on. And they're listening to me right now because I have my apartment bugged. They bugged my apartment behind my back illegally. So the police, there's no court orders. There's nothing I've done illegally. And they've already admitted to other people that they know I'm innocent, but they just want to do this to me. And they especially want to do this to me because I spoke out about my rights. I'm not supposed to speak out about my rights. I'm not supposed to have any rights. I'm supposed to just take the abuse. So this is another car that is involved. KEB 881. And I'm going to be playing a few other cars that are also involved. Okay, so these are the people in 109. These are the people in 109.
And this guy right here been stalking me when I go to the dollar store.
It's very hard to see, but those are the people in 109 who have heavily been taking part in this. I went out to go throw my trash the other night and I had my flashlight on, and the woman was drunk and they were sitting by their garage, and she started screaming at me, how dare I have my phone in my hand? Oh, I must be recording them. When in fact I wasn't. I was just using my flashlight on my phone. But after that, I started recording for my safety, because my manager and the people in this building are trying to start a campaign that I can't have my phone in my hand. And if I do, they get a right to try to obstruct my ability to use it, and to make an issue out of it. So these people are going out of the way to create hostility. So this is another truck that's involved. The license plate on that is KDT868. So this is another car that's involved. It's a Ford. These people, all I'm all pointing out, they've all been working together. And the license plate on that is IRW016. Let's see. So this Ford right here is a woman. She has a little dog. And she would usually start the stalking when I would leave my house. So when I got ambushed, that video I made of my neighbors ambushing me up the street, the guy with the black Eclipse, the black, forgot what the car is called, but that whole map that I made, and the Asians and the black BMW. So this woman right here in this car, she's usually the lead. It's J as in Jack, N as in Nancy, Y as in yesterday, 057. And these people, this woman has no shame. I was coming back from the store the other morning, over a week ago, and the guy the guy who is in charge of all this in 3, 101, 103. He came out, and then she comes out with her dog. And the thing is, they do it with their dog to make it look like they're just walking their dog, which is great. But when they're coming out all the time when I'm entering and when I'm leaving, and this woman follows me down the street, and then the rest of my neighbors follow through, it's not going to be very hard for the people who run this state, who uphold the Constitution, to find out what's going on. There's already been a breakthrough, but I need to expose as many people as possible, because now, the break-ins, and then things making me sick in my apartment, and then me not being able to follow through on making any reports. So
they got a camera right there at the office, and they tell me I can't hold on.
So I just want to make a point at the Legacy office. There's right here in the window, they have a camera. Okay. My neighbors have cameras on their balconies. They have cameras sticking out of their windows. They have cameras in the windshields of their cars. But I'm not allowed to carry my phone and document what's being done to me. How dare I? So I just want to make a point about that. So this is another car that's been involved. And this woman works directly with the guy in 103 and 101 in my building. And in fact, when I've told him to stay away from me and not to talk to me, she just started following me, videotaping me. These people, and I have a video of her walking around my building, looking up at my window. If they can't hear inside my building, they have an application where they can get on their phone and they can listen to me in my apartment. This is how sick this is. I have no privacy in my apartment. So the license plates I'm showing you are people who are able to listen to me in my apartment. Now I know people who are on the upper echelons of this sick situation. They have the ability to watch me in my bathroom. And I know they came in, they changed a few outlets. Like the outlet's completely different, a different model. They've done alterations to my apartment. And, you know, the police and my management are involved. The maintenance men are involved. And there is an alarm company, a security company that has access to the hallways. You know how you have exit signs and little fire alarms, but some of them have like hidden cameras. The cops have complete coverage. They have access of video into the hallways, into the stairways, and the outside, the parameter, the environment of this apartment complex. The cops work directly with the security company. So the police know who has come in my apartment, which is why they won't allow me to do a police report. And my management has access. Jeremy Behrens has access to those videos. He knows exactly who came into my apartment and when I wasn't home. And another bad thing about when they stalk you and they hack into your devices, they're able to cyber stalk you. And they're able to keep tabs on where you're at, which enables them to carry out their crimes against you when they come in to illegally surveillance you. And again, the cops are the puppeteers, and they have their little puppets coming in doing the illegal activity. But you know, the cops and my manager, Jeremy Behrens, have piggybacked on each other's powers to lie and fraud the government as they slowly try to kill me and sacrifice me. Because when I have toxins in my food and my supplements, and it's in my vents, it's so strong. And the police officer Jackson refused to inspect my apartment. The fire department refused to inspect, to go up to my vents. They didn't want to be bothered. In fact, they didn't even want to be in here long. They were uncomfortable. They were trying to get out, but they were trying to also obstruct my ability to follow through on a police report, which they did. Officer Jackson just said, who do you think came in here? Oh, no, your management would never do that. Oh, the maintenance men never did that. Nobody came in here. You know, he was trying to be the judge and jury. And that's not okay. And this is something the Department of Justice talks about. And this is what I put on my last video regarding some of the statutes, legal statutes, that the Department of Justice goes after the police for when it comes to gross misconduct. And this gross misconduct has been going on not just the day I moved in, but my landlord, Jeremy Behrens, said to come in, give him the money, and he'd let me move in last September of 2021. And when I came and paid him the money to get the keys, he then says, oh, well, you're going to have to wait a day. During that day, where he prolonged it one day, he took my money, then he said, no, you can't move in yet. You're going to have to wait. That's when they came in and they did this. And I don't, again, I've written my landlord a lot of letters asking him why all this stalking, the illegal enterings, all this stuff going on, and they just completely ignore me, except for the one letter I got from the office saying that they are cooperating with the police. And the police say there's nothing going on. They're just, this is something that my management requested. So you have them both pointing fingers at each other. You have them both working together on the back end. And again, this is illegal. So this is, let's see. So this is KPS 309. So this is a yellow truck SUV. It's a Nissan. And these people help my neighbors downstairs surveillance me and keep tabs on me. And they've stalked me in town when I've gone into town as they are carrying out their stalking. So these are just some of the people that are involved. Oh, this is a key one. So this woman right here, so this Bronco is also involved. It's a black Bronco. The license plate on that is LER 050. But there is another great car, an SUV, that is heavily involved. And I don't have the license plate on that here. And this is another one that's involved. BQR 661. He has a camera in his windshield. They usually line the cars with cameras along the walkways that come in and out of the apartment complex where the garbage is. So if they're in their apartment and I leave, they get alerted by that camera. They get an alert, and then people start coming out and stalking me. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of that. Now this is another one of the neighbors. I was at the bank and they showed up. And I had to get my ATM card replaced because during the time they were coming in my apartment, they started coming in my apartment. The poisoning started happening after the 11th of July, when these two guys came from my building and they started stalking me and mouthing off to me, and I mouthed off back. I don't usually do that. Usually I'll just say, stop stalking me or leave me alone. But I mouthed off back, and that's when it's got really heavy with them coming in here. And then I started getting sick. My food didn't, so let's see who else. So this is on July 20th. This is one of the men who were stalking me really bad when I left the house. I went to the dollar store this day, or Dollar Tree. He had stalked me at the gas station, and he was casing me to Dollar Tree. And it's a black truck, and the license plate is B as in boy, ELIZ. And so that day, I'm going to show you. So I left my house. So when I leave my house, I went a different route. I walked through the field, and the field was very tall with weeds. So it messed up their like little pattern of stalking the people who kind of wait very close by in the cars. So 2 cop cars came. They immediately started, keeping tabs on me. This is at Beardsley and Sunset. So this is one of them. The light turns and another one comes. Another one shows up. And I don't know if you can see that. I'm like a block away. And these cop cars are just keeping tabs on me. And again, this is at July 20th. That's at 10:33 a.m. So this is like one of the men parked. They just get, like, when they see you walk in, they just get these men that just sit there. But what else do I have? I also want to show you something else. This is at July 12th. This is July 12th. And this is like about 9:45 in the morning. And I had pleaded with my landlord many times, but I pleaded with Heidi Cope on the 28th of June outside. I showed you guys that video of I want the stalking to stop. That was on the 28th of June. And that's when I was holding up my phone because I was being stalked as soon as I walked out of my house, and they didn't want me. She said, don't, she was trying to prevent me from holding my phone up or recording what was going on in my surroundings as I was going to the physical therapy appointment. And I got stalked anyways. And then Jen Porter from the police station, from the fire department, did the unthinkable. And again, there's video footage of what goes on in that facility. So all the district attorney or the city attorney has to do, or anyone from the DOJ has to do, or anybody has to do, is get that surveillance video. And you'll see people sitting outside parked waiting for me after Jen Porter leaves my physical therapy appointment. After she ends up leaving, she has a woman in the truck waiting to see when I leave. That's how they keep tabs on you. They get the people in the community to stalk you, follow you, keep tabs on you, and they communicate. So this, again, is on July 12th. I'm leaving my house. And as I leave my house, because again, with the home automation and surveillance they put in my house, they know when I walk out my door. They'll get alerted. So as I'm walking down the street, this turns out to be Heidi. Oops. This is Heidi. Let me rewind it. This is Heidi. As soon as I walk out, and then lo and behold, after that comes that blue van.
Oh my God, that's the guy who was in the Come and Go. And he's like, oh.
Okay, so this morning when I walk out of my house, after I pleaded with Heidi Cope to stop the stalking, she actually takes part in it that morning. She usually is sitting in the office at 10 o'clock in the morning. But right when I walked out, she drives by, and then the van behind it is a guy. A lot of them stopped putting on their license plates. They would try to stalk me without their license plates. And the guy in this van is a guy who would stalk me to Come and Go a number of times. And one time I bought him and his friend some little dressing for their chips. Because it breaks my heart when these people do this to me, and I just feel like I wish I can make them see the truth, and I can't be mean to them. And I think these guys are minors. It breaks my heart. So prior to this video, I was walking down the street, and a gray truck came out from behind the Chevrolet, and they'll come with no license plates and they'll start stalking you. So that happened right before I saw Heidi. But let's see what else. So this guy right here, his name is Chris. And his license plate is it's JEX 924 JEX 924. And so he lives here. He works at Come and Go, and he knows what's going on. He's been, you can say, forced to take part in it. When I worked at Get and Go and I was getting stalked, when I would leave, I would close the store. There would be police kind of waiting, or there would be like this blue SUV. It was like unmarked. And what I would do is I would lock up the store at Get and Go. I would go to Come and Go across the street. I would buy whatever it is I was buying. And so my stalkers, I guess they were waiting for me to walk out the store. Well, Chris comes up to me, the guy that owns this car. And he goes, yeah, that old man, that guy that you're cool with. And I'm not cool with nobody. My stalkers will come up to me and try to talk to me, and I'll be nice to them, because when they're stalking you, they probably get more money if they take a picture of you. I've had some of my stalkers who stalk me really hard want to take a picture with me, and then they can try to say, oh no, we're friends, we're good. No, I don't even know you, but you're breaking the law, but then you're trying to act like you're my friend when I don't know you. So anyways, Chris told me, this guy that I know that was a nuisance, he was a nuisance when he came into Get and Go. And he would loiter, and he was a pest, and he would expect free merchandise and throw money at me. And he had tried to say he was going to help me buy a car, and the car was a lemon. Turned out to be a lemon. And when he dropped me off at my house, I said, thank you, goodbye. And he insisted on coming in, and I didn't want him to come in. I told him, no, there's no way I was going to have him come in my apartment. He tried to force himself in my apartment. He stuck his foot and his neck in my door, pushing the door open. And when I told the police, they refused to make a police report because he was involved in everything going on. He's part of the community stalkers. And so the reason I'm telling you that is because that's the guy. This guy I'm talking about that tried to force himself in my apartment, he works with the police to help them stalk me and to find out what I'm doing and when I'm, he's part of it. So that old man asked Chris, where is she going? She comes in the store. Where does she go? And Chris was like, oh, we let her out the back. They're like, oh, it messed their whole little pattern of stalking me up. It messed them up. It threw them off. So when Chris told them I let her out the back, they started having the store lock the door when I would be there, whether it was day or the night. They would have them lock the back door, so I couldn't walk out the back door. So I would have to walk out the front door, and they can keep tabs on me and ensue their stalking. So Chris, this is his car. So I just want to let you guys know a little bit of the stalking, about who's involved. And that's all I want to say for this video, and I apologize if it's not technically superb. When they illegally surveillanced my apartment, and my landlord has been hazing me behind my back, and I get people who live in this apartment complex telling me that he's saying, don't talk to her, she's a bad person, and he recruits them and the police support them to stalk me, to harass me, and then they get these people to break into my apartment. I forgot what I was going to say, but so this is the guy.
That's amazing. Can I take a picture? You're amazing.
So this is okay. This is the guy. He fixes cars. This is his car. I don't know what that is, but his friend had something really huge in his garage. It was about, I would say it's about 3 feet tall, and it was like it went all the way down to the ground, and it looked like a direct energy weapon. But this guy right here,
You are talented.
so I was talking to him. Trying to get it for you guys. This here, I can't get the whole picture. This is the guy. He lives in my building on the bottom floor. It's either the first floor or the second floor. He lives on the opposite end of my building. And he walks like a lab, like a golden retriever, no, a lab, like a lab dog. I'm trying to get his face. I'll play the video. I'll play the video for you.
It's awesome. No. You are talented as hell. A dumpster green, but I'm trying. Awesome. No, you're not trying to do it. Give yourself props.
I'm trying to show you his face. But I had asked him before I turned on my camera. I asked him. He knows I get stalked. And the thing is, when you ask these people a question, they're trained not to ever say anything out loud. They'll nod, but they won't say. So this guy right here, he works directly with the people in 101. I'm sorry, is it 101, 201? No, he works directly with people 103, 105 in my, no, 103, 101 in my building. And the guy, old man in 105, he sits out on the chair and he's the watchdog. So if they he's told me this. If they tell him to go sit outside, he sits outside to keep tabs on me when I'm coming home or if I'm leaving. And again, this helps them break into my apartment and do the things they've been doing to me. Oh, this is what I was going to say. These things they've installed in my apartment for them to listen to me or watch me or know when I walk out my door or look out my window. These things have been stealing my electricity. They have been stealing my electricity to carry out their illegal activity. They also have control of my electricity through the home automation. They can decide if I get hot water in my tub. They can decide if I get a full load of water to wash my clothes or if I only get 2 inches and I have to sit there and keep pressing the button over and over. They can decide if they feel like allowing me to be able to turn on the dishwasher. It's all home automation. And one time I had my radio on and the radio volume went down and the radio turned off by itself. They have the ability to manipulate and control devices in my apartment. And when I first got my cable, I couldn't keep a connection. And I knocked on a few doors of my neighbors and one of them got scared. I wanted to call the cops and I wanted her to be there and she was too scared to get involved because she's been involved in the stalking. I knocked on another 2 of my neighbors' doors who I know are involved, but I was trying to tell them that I need my internet and to tell whoever's doing it to stop manipulating my electricity source. And, because these people won't, it's so unlawful. So this guy, I was just trying to get a full view from him, but yeah, I'm not friends with him. I don't even know him, and it's just, so those are some of the people that are involved. And what else did I want to say? So yeah, I guess I'm going to go for now. Oh, I also want to tell you guys that, if I can find it. So one of the girls that replaced me over at Get and Go, her name is Belinda. I was going to give you her last name. Her name is Belinda. She's an African American girl. Okay, so her name is Belinda. Her last name is Boafowahh. Her last name is this. I don't know if you can see it. It's this right here. Boofowahh. So she replaced me at Get and Go, and the cops recruited her. The community who's involved with doing this to me, they recruited her in their little stalking. And the reason I know this is because as I was leaving my apartment, she was getting dropped off right outside. And I let her know that I knew what was going on, and it's not legal. You know, I even said that Jesus wouldn't even want this. And so she got kind of scared, and they started making her wear like a Bluetooth. So when I would walk in the store, they would tell her what to say or how to act. So most of the time she would just say nothing. She would just stand there like a robot, because that's how they instruct these people to interact with me. And then I let her know that when I went to the hospital, what the sheriff did, the sheriff who stalked me from the Hyatt by the airport where the ambulance picked me up, sat outside the hospital. And when I went to the back, he was badgering the nurse as to what I said, who I said did this, and why I was there at the hospital. And my medical treatment was blocked. It was sabotaged. And they're trying to spread this false narrative, oh, I'm just mentally ill, so they can cover up their crimes and sweep it under the carpet in the name of damage control. So when I let her know that they're going to the extreme now to poison my food, to poison my vents, make me sick, to try to kill me, to silence me. I'm not sure if she quit. I think she may have quit. The store was closed for a long time on her shift. So I'm going to see. I'm going to see if, in fact, she... let me see if I could do this. Uh-oh. It's not... Yeah. Let me see if I can do this. Let me call it. Let me see. All right, so... I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, hi. Oh, that's weird. I can hear someone talking.
store 20.
Oh, hi. Is Belinda working?
No, Belinda don't work here now.
She quit.
She put to go to school.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. You know that community stalking they have? How they do that community stalking in Norwalk? They stalk people.
I have no idea. I live in Des Moines.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. No, I'm not surprised she quit. Okay, thank you so much. So I had went in the store and I had let her know that they'll break into my apartment, and that I was so sick I had to go to the hospital. And when I went to the hospital, I didn't dare get an ambulance here. I walked my ass like 3 miles to go to Des Moines to get help. Because you got to understand that girl, Belinda, she knows these people, what they were trying to do to me. But she didn't know they were going to the extent of coming in here and compromising my food and my environment to get me sick. Deathly sick, if not death. She don't work there no more. She quit right after I told her that. So guys, I just want to bring her up because when it comes time for people getting contacted or whatever the case may be, these are the key players. And then the Chevrolet across the street, Young's Chevrolet here in Norwalk, on Sunset and Cedar. They're very aware of the people parking there, sitting there waiting for me, the people involved. There's also some guy that drives a Lamborghini or a Mazda, no, it's a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or something. It's a gray one, or a Lotus. And I know he's like one of the key people. I don't know how far up he is, if he's like where he is in the chain, but he's stalked me a few times and I've seen him a few times. But the people who have stalked me that live in this apartment complex, involved, you got Legacy Landing, and then you got Cedarbrook. But that's just a small portion. There's people out in the community who are aware of this. They would usually hang out and wait at the Chevrolet, or they do like they'll like walk their dog in front of the cameras. They got cameras. These sick people who stalk me, they put cameras facing my apartment complex. So the people who are going to stalk me that live in my apartment complex will go out with their dogs, and they'll still go like on the front sidewalk to kind of like let them know, oh, they're going to be working today, or they're going to be stalking me today. It's kind of like they're checking in, like roll call. When you get like do roll call at school, it's like their form of roll call. But the people at Chevrolet know everybody who's involved, or at least most of the people involved, that have connection to the people involved out in the neighborhood. And I'm going to tell you the stores who are also involved, the people that work at these stores. You got Come and Go on Sunset and Beardsley. The people that work there are involved. They know what's going on. Logan Coker, he's my old manager who sexually harassed me at Get and Go. He's been a large part in defaming my character, because in the court, he's done things to me in terms of harassment when he was my manager at Get and Go. So, and I just want to say for the record, I did go there one night and he happened to be working, and I went to go buy one item of alcohol. And I did tell one of the customers who was standing behind me that Logan sexually harassed me when he was my manager across the street. And Logan did call the cops on me, so I did have to leave. And I just want to say that for the record, because he wanted me to leave and I left, but he still called the cops on me anyways. So, I'm not allowed to have a job in this town. These people, everyone I've showed you, my manager and the police have advised them to work in the nearby businesses They've taken the jobs in the nearby businesses where I can work. I can't get a job anywhere there. And when I had a job at Eden Crest, Officer Steigel, Jared Steigel, who harassed me at Get and Go, didn't like the fact that I put my video on YouTube on Christmas when I called the cops about his friend being a nuisance. And later in the future, his friend put me and my manager's life at risk. He was chasing us up and down the highway as me and my manager were leaving a Mexican food restaurant. I don't have that exact date. So, it's not just these people follow you. They follow you, they harass you. In my instance, when I go to the bank across the street, City State Bank, it's called City State Bank. There was some odd behavior. I'm going to talk about this again because it wasn't clear in my prior video. There was some odd behavior from one of the workers, and he was going out of his way. If I was sitting down with one of the workers getting a new account or doing something, sitting down, he would stick his head around the wall and look at me like make faces at me. And it was really like rude, and it was distracting, and it was inappropriate, and it was unprofessional. And this happened like 3 times. I went in there. So I finally asked one of the tellers what was going on. And she said, somebody had said that I was mentally ill and I was using the bathroom on the bank. I was like pooping on the bank. So when I tell you guys that every contact I have gets infected for the worst, because not only do they stalk me everywhere I go, but they contact the people there. They lie about me to get these people to work against me. And then they'll say, oh, we're working with the authorities. She's being investigated. It's all a bunch of lies. Okay? Again, there's no subpoenas, there's no court orders. I haven't been in trouble. I haven't been arrested. I haven't been involved in any wrongdoing whatsoever. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. And I haven't been drinking at all. So I called the bank and I spoke with one person who's in the chain of command below the president. It turns out the president of City State Bank in Norwalk, Iowa was doing this to me. The president, who, this is how sick this town is. The cops and the people they've recruited to stalk me will convince people in businesses, even the president of City State Bank, to harass me. So when I asked to speak with him on the phone to get this cleared up and to let him know I didn't appreciate this and that I'm shocked that he would stoop to this level, he wouldn't talk to me. He refused to come to the phone. If I went to the bank, he wasn't there. And prior to that, every time I would go to the bank, he was there to harass me. But when I wanted to try to clear the air with him and let him know I didn't appreciate this, and I don't even think that this is like legal in terms of like, it's like he could be discriminating against me, harassing me from a business standpoint. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to speak to him and tell him I didn't appreciate it. He refused to talk to me, just like Chief Greg Staples of the Norwalk Police Station. So what they do is this is all going on. And it turns out at City State Bank, when I got my account there, I recognized a guy that worked there. And he works in one of the window offices. And I recognized him because when he would come and Get and Go, he would cause problems. So when I say the different people in the community would come in and cause problems, it was very organized. This was thought out and carried out. And then it's swept under the rug and hidden by these very people. It's denied by these very people and also the police. It's carried out. It's kept hidden. It's denied that it's happening, and it continues to carry on, and the police also know about it. That's why they don't do nothing. The cops don't do nothing to these people, because they're all cohesively working together, and the police are the ones that organize all of this. So this guy came in to Get and Go, and he ended up stealing. Well, I don't want to say stealing. He ended up just going up to a gas pump and pumping someone else's gas that someone else paid for. And this guy works at the bank, and I don't know his name. But again, he's one of the guys that works in the window offices at City State Bank, and he's tall. He's kind of like has olive skin. And so then he held up the whole store because, you know, I couldn't help other people get gas. It was messing up the whole thing. And he left the gas pump in his car, and he was trying to do another transaction. But, the person came in wanting to get their gas. They actually accidentally left the store without getting their gas. And I asked the guy from the bank who took the man's gas if he could just go to the ATM and get money to pay that guy so I can clear out the transaction, because it was holding up the whole me being able to facilitate gas on the machine. It was holding up the system. And then I had a lot of people in line. And the guy from the bank who took someone else's gas was saying, I'm not going to go into the ATM and get money because I don't want to be charged $2.50. And I kept asking him to take out the gas handle from his car, so I can try to reset. And so I don't know how much time went by, but he wouldn't do that. So, just little things like that. And this brings me to talk about how Ben from the Des Moines Ambulance Department, who transported me from the Hyatt near the airport to the emergency hospital room, this brings me to talk about how it's clear to me where some of this negative rumors are being facilitated. This guy that works at City State Bank in one of the glass offices across from the tellers had a direct effect on the president. I wouldn't be surprised harassing me, and had a direct correlation to Ben from the Des Moines Ambulance Department transporting me to emergency department in the morning of August 8th of 2022. Knowing that I banked there, he knew who I was, and he knew the transactions I had been making. So I'm trying to give you guys a picture how sick and twisted the defamation of character, the assassination of character, and these people all communicate on Facebook Iowa. Maybe it could be the police Facebook Iowa, through whatever messaging system they communicate through. So I have people who I've never met, never seen before. They know me. And when I told them the story about how someone lied about me pooping on the building of the bank, and that I wanted to have a conversation with the president because he was taking part in harassment, Ben said, well, has he called you back? And I said, no. He goes, oh. But, it's just a situation where the police have had a direct effect. My landlord has had a direct effect, a direct hand. They both had a direct hand. Direct, and me not being able to have a job in this town. And everything that's happened to me that has taken place, my apartment being illegally entered, the interior of my walls being altered, the illegal surveillance, the cyber stalking, the poisoning of my air and food, this is all directly, and the assassination of my character, defaming my character, keeping me jobless, manipulating, having access to my electricity, stealing my electricity for their illegal surveillance. This is all from two sources: the Norwalk Police Department, Jeremy Behrens of Legacy Landing. And this is just a video I've been wanting to make, and I know it's a bunch of information on one video, but I wanted you guys to be aware. And so, you guys, please pray for me. I'm in imminent danger, and nobody here has my best interest. I need your help. I need city attorney to step in, DOJ to step in, Kim Reynolds, Governor Kim Reynolds, Senator Grassley. This has completely gotten out of hand, and I've been cornered, put into a corner where I'm lied about, and there's organizational cooperation amongst these people to keep me jobless, to stalk me when I walk out of my house. And this apartment complex, Legacy Landing, the security cameras, the security company, again, they have access to the hallways. They know they have access to the video surveillance on this property, including the hallways, including the stairways, as well as does the Norwalk Police Department and Jeremy Behrens of Legacy Landing. So they know throughout this property and within the buildings here, and also the clubhouse, the main office at Legacy Landing, where my stalkers for weeks and weeks and months have been congregating, waiting for me to leave. There's one more video I got to make, and it's that incident that happened on July 11th or July 12th with those two guys. But I'm going to cut this video short for right now. I'm going to cut it. But I want to let you guys know, we need to get that video from the security company here. And get these people's phones subpoenaed. The phones are going to be key. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Please pray for me that I'm going to be okay. I need people to step in. I need the city attorney. Again, DOJ, I need, this is dire. And they won't even allow me to make police reports. And lastly, again, I want to say legal aid's not helping me. There's a woman named Linda. She hasn't followed through on what she said she's going to do. She tells me on the phone, these are conspiracy theories. These are conspiracy theories. And when I tell her there's people who've admitted to doing this to me, she goes, oh, those are your friends. And listen, when there's an actual investigation, it's not going to be very hard for them to connect the dots. Don't forget, you got Chevrolet, young Chevrolet, where these people have been driving through there, waiting for me, casing me through there, using it as a home base to wait. We got a lot to go on. But I'm going to be making a complaint against Linda because I don't appreciate when I need help and I'm getting sick. I'm being poisoned in my apartment. The poisoning has been for over a month of my environment and of my food. And when I called the fire department and the police yesterday after being advised by poison control to do so, my air quality has improved. But I can't be here. I'm in danger. I have no support system. And the local authorities I'm supposed to be able to depend on have failed me before I actually even moved into my apartment along with my landlord, Jeremy Behrens. And they've hid what they've done, but they've hid under the carpet what they've been doing to me. They've been lying to me and that they're not doing anything when they have a direct hand in it. And they're telling everyone else who has a direct hand in it, that live on my property and in the community to lie and say they don't know what's going on. This is not legal. This is so illegal. I can't even believe it. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. And you guys, please, authorities, please, Ari, you guys, please have people step in. I'm concerned for my well-being in my life. Okay? All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. Be good to each other. And keep your fingers crossed for me. And if you want to donate, please donate anything that you can. I would appreciate it. I am on food stamps right now. I've been reduced to being on food stamps. And I've had to go to the pantry a few times, the food pantry. There's other stuff that's gone on, and I'll try to put it in another video. But guys, please don't let them kill me. Please don't let them harm me anymore. Bye, everyone. Be good to each other.